Alright, let's get started. I am excited because this is a fun story. Did I not turn on auto? I did not turn on auto. We were just gonna sit there for a couple seconds. Hey, what's up, Zald? Hi, Misaki. It's the first Kaoru we've seen in the event story so far. How fleeting. Everybody's so busy. This is so true. Like, this is... I remember I used to be in a band in middle school, and in my freshman year of high school. It's... If people do literally anything else that isn't just like... You know, if you aren't part of the go home club, it is so hard to find time to do anything together. It's like, practicing takes commitment, right? Like, it takes at least 2 hours or so to be worth doing. Y'all gotta get everybody together. What's up, fair share? I forget there are animated emotes on Twitch now. That shit's awesome. Oh no, she has the sparkle in her eyes. Everybody run. Has anybody actually gone on like a cruise before? I've been on like a ferry. That's about it. But that was kind of fun. I don't think I'm the type who gets seasick. And maybe I just didn't go on a long enough cruise to feel seasick. But that was pretty sick. There's just something very nice about like the feeling of the sea breeze, I guess, when you're out on the sea. Oh my gosh, text scroll, please. She's not wrong. Oh, she already calls them Sambaka, huh? I wonder if that started in the events in the band story. That's kind of funny. We really should read the band stories. I just don't know when to do it. The show! Society was not built for bear. What? Smuggle her in. Limousine awaits you. Wait, where are you going? You live here. Wait, you're going now? I don't think I picked up that this was happening now. Damn! The freaking inside of their car is more fancy than my living establishment. Why is there a freaking moose head mounted in their limousine? Oh, that is cute. Yo, this is the background of the event page thing. I love the the sky, how it's like kind of, you can see that it's sunset turning into night. That's so pretty. And I wish I had a rich friend. I wish I was rich. Wait a second. I don't even know why I feel like I could skip some steps here. I wish I were rich. How does Kano's shirt work? You see her sleeves? Are those connected? It's kind of like a random question, but like, how do those work? It looks, as they are, it looks like she would have to like put those on individually. Maybe they're secretly like bracers. Like she tightens them and keeps her huge bulging muscles in check, because you know she breaks drumsticks like super easily. Kano is canonically like the strongest Bang Dream character. Probably just connected, right? Like the tops of her sleeves are like connected to the collar line. Probably? It's such a weird thing. I never thought about how weird it is. Also, what? Kano's coming out here with like her full shoulders exposed while Misaki's wearing a jacket over her hoodie. Either Misaki is way overdressed and is gonna like sweat 12 liters today, or Kano is just like weather immune. Kokuro's also just in a dress, a sleeveless dress. I don't know, man. It is spring. Maybe it's like a cool spring. There she is. The Phantom Thief trademark. I wonder if Bushiro just has a thing for Phantom Thieves after Milky Homes. I always wondered if this was like some kind of elaborate reference to Milky Homes, but I couldn't piece it together. I think they just have a thing for it. We're here to steal your heart. Wow, real on the nose there, Kokoro.
なたが欲しいものって何なの？私の意見は無視か。私の欲しいものは最後に教えてあげよう。突然だがこの麗しいお姫様をさらわせてもらうよ。ああ、囚われのお姫様、そんな不安そうな顔をしないで。大丈夫、何も怖いことはないよ。話して。カノちゃん先輩、あれ、いつの間にかお姫様の格好してる。怪盗さん、カノンに何をするつもりなの？何もするつもりはない。ただ
You ever think about how this is just like the black suits were just like, hey, Kokoro-sama wants to go on a cruise. Let's just set up this elaborate ploy to to have her friends make this entire narrative up. It was so random to begin with, and they added even more random elements. I'm impressed. Black suits are really taking their improv workshop seriously. I'm convinced Hello Happy World just has no sense of object permanence. Out of sight, out of mind.
やっぱりあの怪盗、あの人じゃん。きっと迷子になったんだわ。カオルは後で迎えに行くとして、それより早くカノンを助けないと。うん、怪盗に
What a convenient conclusion to draw.
そんなに慌てなくても、怪盗は何もしない。
Enemy characters are very good at just like analyzing the situation and piecing together conclusions. I feel like my first assumption would be, oh no, Kano got kidnapped. Where's Kaoru? Oh no, Kaoru got kidnapped too. You know? I feel like that's the logical assumption. I mean, aside from, you know, Misaki's, obviously. Kokoro, wait, you're not old enough to go to the casino.
あの怪盗が何を考えてるのかは知らないけど、とりあえず心たちについていこうかな。
How old do you have to be to go to a casino in like, in America? Is it just 18? Or is it 21?
カジノに着いたわ。すごいね。
So is this cruiser called the KT? Like Kokoro Tsurumaki? I don't think I noticed that. That's kinda yabai. Does Kokoro really just own an entire cruiser for herself? Yeah, exactly, Hakumi. Oh yeah, it literally is just hers. It's kinda effed up. So are coins always just toys? It's not like they're real money. Konyo, konyo. Wow. They activated their ESP. Lips didn't even move for that. I think Misaki's unathletic. Unathletic? Not athletic? In the tennis club and everything.
待たせたね。カノンは別の場所で待っていてもらってるよ。あ、怪盗さん、カジノへ来たわよ。カノンを返してくれるんでしょ？それだけで返してしまうのはつまらないね。もう少しだけ私に付き合ってもらおう。何をするの？簡単なことさ。せっかくカジノに来たのだから、私と勝負をしよう。
God. You're not old enough to gamble, especially not with lives. looking like Kaiji over here. Do you even know the rules of roulette? I don't think I know the rules of roulette, and I've played the Pokemon game. I lived in those Pokemon casinos. Before you know the US releases made sure you couldn't play in the casinos. This is a terrible game of roulette. Why did you just flip a coin? Is that how it works? This is definitely Milky Holmes influence. Saki, why do you care? It's a 50-50. How much thinking is gonna help? Oh, they have a dealer. That shouldn't surprise me considering there are black suits. Why is there a crowd? Where'd the crowd come from? Wow, that was real exciting. We watched a woman flip a coin. Where one can find objects that exist but fleetingly. On the deck, I guess? Food? Gift shop? Yeah, I'm still like, wait a second. I guess that makes sense. Maybe Kokoro really is a detective. How do you know this? Chocol plus tea. Life is plus. Bruh. I should become a Phantom Thief and just force people to buy me shit. Something that's fleeting. It's alright, Kaoru would be happy to receive any gift from you guys. The real fleetingness was friendship. The friends that we made along the way. What does that mean? What does that have to do with the situation? snow domes are fleeting.
これはちょっ
Okay.
と儚いかも。
その隣のこれはこの船の柄がついた靴下かわいい。走りやすそう。
Why does that have to do with anything? Is that your first thought when you look at a pair of socks, Hagami? You're just like, oh, those look easy to run in.
よく考えたまえ。時間はたっぷりあるのだから。
いろいろ探してみたけどわかんないや。もう儚いものなんてないんじゃないの？
A very cute mall.
心、本当？これでしょ、怪盗さん。どう？
その変なお面、どっかの部族みたい。どっから持ってきたの？それでいいのかい？
私はいいと思ったわ。怪盗さんも気に入るでしょ。ヒントにもぴったりだし、もう一つの顔よ。いいな、はぐみもそのお面欲しい。
ダメだ。お面の存在感がありすぎる。儚いの正反対だよ。
さあ、カノンを返してちょうだい。
なかなかいい選択だね。悪くないチョイスだが、せっかくだし、次の勝負まで付き合ってもらおう。
Wait, you're okay with this?
次にお預けだ。シアターでお姫様を取り戻してごらん。
They spell theater with like the English spelling.
次はシアターか。
このお面、
That's not how you spell theater in America, right? Isn't it ER in America? Am I losing my mind?
儚いよ。
ちょっと気に入ってたんじゃないの？私にはどこが儚いのかわかんないけど。それよりシアターに行くよ。
シアター。
ずっと待ちぼうけのカノンさんがかわいそうだし。
Dude, there's so many times where like
そうね。
I'll hear like English loan words like shiata or whatever, you know? It just, especially when it's the TH sound, I can never tell what they're saying.
靴って
I think I've told this story before, but I was translating
もうちょっと慎重にやってくれないかな。
Ayasa, what's it called? Ayasa Shock, like DVD.
行くわよ。
There was like a kind of like a, I don't know what it is, like a bundled behind the scenes kind of thing.
すごく広いね。1万人くらい入りそう。
But she says something about like her
そんなに
her
入らない
blouse,
よ。
because there were like a lot of swimsuit shots.
沈んじゃうよ。
And I was like, what is she saying? It's like, shisuru, shisuru. I'm like, oh, she's saying see-through. How the it doesn't sound anything like see-through.
すぐにわかるよ。
It's like that TH sound in particular is really, really, just, it's so inconsistent.
探偵さんたち、開演まで間もなくだよ。
Shiata,
ひとまず
shisuru.
座席に着きたまえ。開演って何のこと？
What the heck is a shisuru?
それはもちろん舞台の幕が上がる時間ということさ。
舞台が始まるの？はぐみ、舞台見るの初めて。
You've never seen a play? I don't believe that.
とかしちゃうのかな。
You had to have seen like a school play or something before.
それマジックショーだから、あの怪盗が言ってる舞台とは違う
Is
か
that a
ら。
mosquito in my room?
二人とも最前席に行きましょう。
Oh, you
怪盗さ
little.
んのお手並み拝見よ。
I don't know how you got in here,
時間になった
but
ね
your time is nigh.
みんな席に着いたかい？さあ、それではショータイムならぬ勝負タイムを始めようか。今回は囚われのお姫様にも手伝ってもらおうかな。
Did she just make a? That sounded like
も
wordplay.
しかして。
It sounded like she said, "We're done with the showtime. It's time for the contest." Because showtime is like show time and then showbu. But I don't know if I just misheard
さ
that.
あ、それではショータイムならぬ勝負タイムを始めようか。
Yeah, she does say showbu time.
今回
Okay,
は囚われのお姫
it just
様
means
に
like
も
time for
手
the
伝ってもらおうかな。
contest instead of show time. I wonder if that's like a phrase or if that's like just something she
も
said.
ちろん君のことだよ、お姫様。舞台の中央に椅子が見えるだろう。あの椅子に座って待っていてくれるかい？
はい。
Just jump her.
さられたと思った
Just jump Kaoru.
客室で待たされて、今度はここに連れてこられて、全然状況
Let's be real, Kaoru's the weakest member of Hello Happy World. If everybody just jumped her at once, there's no way you'd lose.
そうだね。一味違った勝負をしようと思っているんだ。
絶対勝つわよ。さあ、どんな勝負でもドーンときなさい。
張り切ってくれるのはいいが、次の挑戦者は君だ。綺麗な黒髪のお嬢さん。
あ、私？
君とはまだ勝負をしていないだろう。さあ、私と遊んでくれ。ほら、お姫様も彼女にお願いしたまえ。
はい。美咲ちゃん、
God, I'm so nonplussed.
お願い。
She's just happy to be here.
わかった。で、何をすればいいの？
ここに座っているお姫様に愛の告白をしてみてくれないか？
Have you all played that game of what is it?
私は演じるのが好きだ。人の演技
Honey, I love you, so just give me a smile. Have you played that game?
君の演技が上手なら
Or like
お姫様は
your goal is to just say like you're only allowed to say honey, I love you, so just give me a smile. You can say it however you want, and your goal is to make the other person smile. That game is so like I'm so bad at it. I have like no poker face. Everybody's always told me I'm like a super expressive person. Like my emotions show really easily.
そもそも
So I
なん
will
でそんなことしなく
I
ちゃ
will burst out laughing like as soon as you say honey.
もうこうなったら、その声、その喋り方、その振る舞いで怪盗の正体は最初から分かってるんだ。怪盗、あんたはみーくん、お願い、かなちゃん先輩に告白して。
No, you can't say that until the last episode of the anime.
が戻ってくるかどうか決まるの。告白の演技、頑張ってちょうだい。はぐみ、全力で応援するから。二人揃ってそんな真剣な目で見るな。私が悪いみたいに思うじゃないか。みさきちゃん、頑張って。カノンさんまで怪盗の正体に気づいてると思ってたのに。はあ、分かった。やるよ。告白すればいいんでしょ。もう。
君ならそう言ってくれると思った。
How many Kano Misa shippers were born today? Misa Kano?
では、演技、告白、スタート。
麗しいお姫様。あなたが好きです。
そんなものかい？もっと愛
Kana's like, She's so excited.
一目会ったその日から心を奪われ。
まだまだ気持ちが
She's so expectant. Look at her.
真剣に。
あなたを常に思ってます。とにかく。
This kind of thing is always more embarrassing for the person on the receiving end, though, honestly.
なんて言われたってわかんないし。はぐみ、演技わかんないけどダメだと思う。
Wow. You know you're down bad when Hagumi talks shit about you. That's rock bottom right there.
私には十分響いたよ。もうカノンさんが良ければそれでいいや。
告白というのはもっとスマートにしなければならないよ。例えば、麗しのお姫様よ。私があなたのことをどれほど思っているかご存知ですか？寝ても覚めてもあなたのことばかり考えてしまうのです。私の心を奪って
Get a hobby.
罪深きお方。愛しています。演技なのにドキドキしちゃった。
でもこ
Hey.
の演技の感じ
Hey.
どこかで
これぐらいの演技を見せてくれないとね。ではここの勝負も私の勝ちだ。君たちと勝負するのは面白いね。私をもっともっと楽しませてほしいな。でないと
Oh, you're just bullying
お
them.
姫様は返せないよ。
This isn't playing a game. You're just bullying them.
行き先告げないでかなちゃん先輩と一緒に消えちゃったよ。きっとこの先に行ったのよ。追いかけましょう。いつまで怪盗と鬼ごっこすればいいんだろう。もう疲れてきたから次で終わりにしたい。怪盗待って
She's starting to get into it.
デッキに来たけど怪盗はいたわ。
Somebody needs to like tie those
よくぞ追いついたね。
life preservers up.
ここまでよ。カノンを返しなさい。
They're just kind of hanging loose there.
大切な仲間なんだから。
大切な仲間。
Nakama.
なるほど、いい言葉だ。
感心してないで早くカノンを返すのよ。その手を離しなさい。
Dude, that's like the most like level-headed thing Kokoro has ever said.
ここまで付き合ったんだからいい加減にしてほしいんだけど、カノンさんもいろいろ連れ回されて疲れてるだろうし。心ちゃん、はぐみちゃん、みさき
Why is she gonna cry? No.
それにもう少しでご飯の時間なのよ。
Oh, this is why she's level-headed.
みんなお腹ペコペコで困っちゃうでしょ。
Pickle,
そう
pickle.
いう問題なの？そうだよ。
I've very recently watched
だから
Princess Connect
そう
Redive,
だね。
the anime.
長時間付き合わせて
So the words Peko are like very
囚われの
very in my brain right now.
仲間たちの元へ戻りたいかい？
Pickle, pickle.
はい戻りたい。
Onaka pickle, pickle.
そうか、わかったよお姫様。
Yabai
で
desu ne.
はあと一つだけ付き合ってもらおう。最後はクイズだ。
分かっ
Quiz.
たわ。何でも答えるわよ。はぐみ頑張って考えるよ。またギフトショップの時みたいに答えようがない質問してくるんじゃないだろうな。
簡単なクイズさ。私が欲しかったものは何だと思う？
そんなの知
For
らん。
everyone to smile.
心、もう答えが分かったの？そう分かっちゃったの。私はあなたと追いかけっこできて楽しかったわ。怪盗さん、あなたも楽しかったんでしょ？
さすがは私のソウルメイト
Freud
だ。
would have something to say about
鋭い
this.
ね。
怪盗さん
Wait, what? Why did they translate it like that?
時間よ。私が船に乗ったのもみんなと楽しいことをしたいからだもの。
Wait, I zoned out. Wait, what?
さすがは私のソウルメイトだ。
Oh, she does say that. She literally just says that.
正解だ。とても
that's funny.
楽しい時間を過ごすことができたよ。ありがとう。そのお礼にこのお姫様は返そう。さあ、仲間たちのもとへお戻り。子猫ちゃんとの逃避行楽しかったよ。
Oh, the wink.
ようやく話したわね。カノン、こっちへいらっしゃい。
Kano no woke to something today.
それでは良い旅を。またどこかで会えることを楽しみにしているよ。
Hakanai. Oh, shoot. She's a ninja.
この煙、何にも見えないよ。ここまで凝った演出するとは思わなかった。
There's a great scene in the Beta Dory manga where, because Rimi's a ninja, right? To get a smokescreen effect, she just throws down a chalkboard eraser. It's so funny.
消えちゃったの？せっかくここまで追い詰めたのに怪盗を捕まえることが
But
でき
yeah,
なかった。
that, you know what? I'll buy that. That makes
まあいいんじゃ
sense.
ないの？カノンさんも無事に戻ってきたんだから。カノン、大丈夫かしら？怪我はない？大丈夫だよ。悔しいな。怪盗を捕まえたかった。 でもなんでかのちゃん先輩さらったのか聞きたかったの。
そりゃカノンさんが一番無難だからでしょ。はぐみや心をさらったらうるさくてしょうがないし。
さらわれる側も悪くないわね。
Oh no. Kokoro awoke to something too.
絶対にない。それより船の中に戻らない？カノンさんもゆっくりしたいでしょう。
ありがとう、みさきちゃん。そうね、とりあえず冷えてきたし、中に戻りましょう。戻ろう。
And I want to go on a cruise. I want to go on a vacation. More so than a cruise.
怪盗にさらわれてる間、どんな感じだった？
Where's my gang of the fellows? I don't know. Where's my merry gang of fellows?
怪盗さんがいい人に思えたの。なんだか親しみがあって、前から知ってるような。知ってる人？
I don't think I've read the card stories for this. I wonder if it shows like any scenes
カノン
of
さんもはぐみ
Kanon hanging out with Karu. Because there's a lot of downtime, right? Like they're just running around. Kanon's just kind of like hanging out. I wonder if they have any conversations.
楽しもう。でもその前に腹ごしらえ。はぐみお腹ペコペコ。
Peko peko.
そうね、食事にしましょう。レストランへ行くわよ。
それはいいね。私もちょうど何か食べたいと思ってたところなんだ。
あら、カオル。あなた、今までどこにいたのかしら。
ずっと君たちと一緒にいたよ。
I mean, she's not wrong.
怪盗を追い詰めるのに必死で気がつかなかったのかな。それよりレストランへ行こう。はぐみはお腹がグーグー鳴ってるんだろ。
レストランどこ？あっちよ。なんでもあるから好きなだけ食べられるわ。
Oh.
豪華客船でのディナーなんてドキドキしちゃうね、みさきちゃん。
まあきっと美味しいものが出てくるんだろうね。見たことない料理とかもありそう。
How does Kanon's hair work in this situation? How does she have like the side ponytail thing going?
でもご飯でもデザートもあるかな。きっと可愛いケーキとか。
I'm very confused by this right now.
パクチー使ってなければ何でもいいや。
心はこの船で食べたことあるの？どんなものがある？
Lore fans, Misaki doesn't like cilantro, confirmed.
オムライスが食べたいと思ったらオムライスが出てくるし、ケーキが食べたいと思えばケーキが出てくるし。
Oh, I want both of those things now. I should have eaten before I started streaming.
もちろんよ。食べたいと思ったものが出てくるな。すごい、魔法のレストランみたい。美味しそうな話してたらもっとお腹空いてきちゃった。ねえ、レストランまで競争しよう。一番最初に着いた人がいっぱい食べていいの。楽しそうね。いいわよ。あ、二人と
Don't
も
run in the hallways. Don't run in the hallways.
あんだけ動いてまだ体力残ってるの信じられない。あの二人は張り切ってたからね。君はそうでもなかったみたいだけど。そりゃすぐ気がつくし、ギフトショップで好きなものは儚ないものって言われたり、シアターであれだけキザに演じられたら嫌でもわかるよ。カオルさん、なんで怪盗なんかやってたの？車を運転してきてくれたスーツの女性に船に乗り込む前声をかけられたんだ。船旅の余興に怪盗を演じてくれないか。
So random.
怪盗だなんて私以外には務まらないからね。喜んで引き受けさせてもらったよ。おかげでこっちは大変だったけど。そうかい？なんだかんだ言って心とはぐみは楽しそうだったよ。それに私も心とはぐみに追いかけられるのは楽しかったよ。カノンに少し怖い思いをさせてしまったのは申し訳ないけどね。私にも恥ずかしい思いさせたしね。まあ普段美咲は演技なんてしないだろうから、人前で演技するのは新鮮で楽しかっただろう。まあ演技が楽しかったかと言われると疑問だけど、
記憶に残る船旅にはなったかな。
Just going on a cruise for like not even a night, for like an afternoon, essentially an evening. They're literally just where are they even going? Are they just like setting out to sea and then turning right around?
なかなか大変だったよ。
何にせよ怪盗を演じられたし、みんなの笑顔を見られて楽しかったよ。さあ、私たちもレストランへ急ごう。あの勢いだとはぐみに全部食べられてしまいそうだからね。
あれ、
Oh, I could eat everything right now.
戻ってきたみたい。ミッシェルへのギフト選ぶの忘れてたわ。ココロン、あれあげればいいんじゃない？ギフトショップで選んだ謎のお面。いいアイデアだわ。怪盗さんには選んでもらえなかったけどきっとミッシェルなら気に入ってくれるわ。今度お面かぶって DJ してもらいましょう。それは見てみたいな。
I don't think I've ever gotten a gift that I'm just like, wow, this actually sucks before, but that would be one where I'm just like, wow, this sucks. Why did you give me this? Oh, that's the Phantom Thief. Yeah, I'm really curious about these episodes though. Like, I wonder if oops, I didn't realize clicking that did something. That's kind of cool that you can do that. Yeah, I wonder if Kanon has like a conversation with Kaoru on these. That is what I want to see. I didn't realize how like flowery Kanon's hair ornament thing or hair tie is. I wonder what kind of flowers those are. Has anybody done like a deep reading on Kanon's whatever's? I mean, it makes sense, right? Like Kanon's name literally means flower sound. Ooh, my hair is tangled. Ow! Yes, you can go on one anytime. Kokoro owns a cruise ship. Just ask her. Go on a weekend cruise. It is literally hers. Dude, I'm not gonna lie, all the like they show this particular shot of downtown all the time, and I like, man, every time I see Yamabuki Bakery, I'm like, man, I want some freshly fried or baked bread. I just want like a crispy, warm, toasty pastry. Oh, I want Castella. Stella bread? Oh. Oh, I miss Korean bakeries. Oh. That's not really a thing in America, right? Like just like a, well, it's not like a common thing, I should say, but it's like a common thing in Korea just to have like bread shops. Like party bucket. Oh man, I'm so hungry. The more I think about it, I'm so hungry. I mean, you do spend like weeks on a cruise ship, and you're kind of just expected to live on them. Sports gym? 世界一周をするような船になると一
一つの街みたいになってるっていうのも聞いたことあるから、雑誌の特集見るのが楽しみなんだ。うわー、はぐみ、ますます本屋さんに行くの楽しみになっちゃった。
Oh wait, you guys haven't gone yet? I thought you were on your way back.
はぐみ、我慢しきれない。今すぐ本屋さんで見たいからダッシュ。はぐみちゃん、待って。
Alright. Oh no, not this again! My name!
この前探偵ごっこしてきたんだよ。
I'm not changing it.
怪盗を
It's too much work.
追い詰めてね。
Oh, but it's so annoying.
消えちゃったの。すごくない？
Sugokunai?
ごめん。ちゃんと説明しないとだよね。あのね、はぐみたち。この前すっごい大きくて立派な船に乗ったの。
Hey, what's up, Ray? You see Phantom Thief? Oh yeah, we finished reading the event story, so we're just going through the card episodes now.
それでね、はぐみたちは怪盗からかのちゃん先輩を。
Yeah, this was your first event, wasn't it?
すごい頑張ったの。で、はぐみたちのおかげで無事にかのちゃん先輩は戻ってきたんだよ。
I'm holding out hope that we get to see some Kanon Kaoru conversations while they're on the ship, but I don't know if it's happening.
守ってくれる？ありがとう。見せたかったな。はぐみたちが怪盗を追い詰めるところ。
In general, I really haven't read that many card episodes. I've read some for like
でもでも。
particular cards that I was like really excited about. Like I've read all of them for Blossoming in Largo. Blooming Largo? I think it's Blossoming in Largo. Because I really love that event. But I don't even think I've read Rinko's card for Prelude, now that I think about it.
今度のライブではぐみは怪盗になっちゃうぞ。それで演奏するの。かっこいいよね。
I've read some random Arisa
キラキラ
cards.
させながら演奏するんだよ。注目の的になっちゃう。
I really should go through more card episodes. Oh my god. Please don't kidnap me, Hagumi.
期待しててね。はぐみ、このアイデアみんなに伝えてくる。
If Bandori had event reruns? Oh my gosh. Can you imagine? That'd be the worst. You run into people who like would go out of their way to T1 the same event twice so that they're just double flexing that title. I would feel like I had to do it. I would feel like, man, if somebody T1's Prelude, I would be so mad. I'd be like, no, that's my freaking title, dude. You do not get to take that from me.
やっぱり誰も来てないか。ちょっと早く来すぎちゃったかな。
Oh man, T1 Double Rainbow.
みんなが来るまでゆっくりして。
あれ？
あ、カオルさん。まだみんな来てない
Oh,
よ。
that was a very cute. Oh, Kaoru-san.
ミシェルの代理だというのに偉いことだ。
どうもありがとうございます。
さて、とはいえこのままみんなが来るまで何もしないというのももったいない。
いや、何もしなくていいんじゃない？
それではこうしよう。この時間を使って美咲に演技指導
Oh,
をしてあげよう。
wait, whoa. I think this, I'm pausing just so that I can listen to each of the lines, but I think I was having a not a Twitter conversation. I saw a tweet by someone a while back, like months ago, about a particular scene from one of these card episodes. I think it might be this one. But Kaoru uses a particular phrase. If it comes up, it's either in this one or Kaoru's episode probably. If it comes up, I'll bring it up.
演技指導？なんで？
I think it's this line.
君は素人といえどもあまりにも拙い演技を見せて
Yeah. So here, the tweet was, I forget who it was by, might have been like someone, I don't remember. But they they commented on like, wow, Misaki really fucking sucked if even Kaoru's ripping on her or something like that. Because this line translated here says inept display, right? But what Kaoru actually says is stanai, which I wonder if I can. This might be kind of awkward, but let me. No, that's gonna be weird. But let me pull up the word on like G-Show or something. So it says inept here, but like Tsutanai has like a kind of, I actually like looked into this. On like per denotationally, like as a definition, it means like kind of like shoddy, clumsy. Inept is not incorrect, but it has like a connotation where like it's like a polite form of saying clumsy. So Kaoru's not ripping on Misaki here. She's not saying like, wow, that was a crappy performance. She's saying more like I think clumsy would have been a better word to use here, because like clumsy kind of like gets that tone of, I'm not making fun of you. It was just kind of like, it could have been better, right? But Tsunai kind of like has that connotation of like, I know that you could do better given the circumstance, like given better circumstances, kind of like that kind of mentality of, I'm not making fun of you, basically, right? Like, I'm not making fun of you. So I just wanted to point that out because Kaoru is not making fun of her. I think this is just like a kind of, not even a bad localization. It just like kind of casts Kaoru in a wrong light here. And that's why Misaki doesn't get offended in this next shot. Right? Like, she gets embarrassed. She's not offended because it's not like she got called out. It was just like, you know, it was just kind of clumsy. It was stunning. Yeah, it was just lost in translation. But I do think that like those are the subtle things about characters that like are really important, and why I'm a very like literal translator, which is good and bad, right? Like, it's good in the sense that like I want to be as faithful to the original as possible, which often results in a kind of awkward English translation. But at least you're getting the point of the Japanese characters, like the original Japanese. I think there's definitely, when you're doing like a wider audience thing, it's obviously better to just have a good, like solid English translation, like something that makes sense in English. But I think when you're a fan translator, you get the unique position to be like, I'm appealing to a very small subset of people. The only people who would watch the content that I translate in particular are people who are like obsessed with Bang Dream. So Kaoru just wants to be proposed to by Misaki. Alright everybody, this is all for you. Get ready to clip this, make it your ringtone. Ooh. Man, Hagumi just sunk the ship. Tip the flag. When I first saw that, I thought that Hagumi was gonna think that Misaki was confessing to her, which would have been very cute. Man, Hagumi with the high EQ play. Kaoru's eating this up.
とりあえずはぐみの誤解解かないと。カオルさん、私ちょっとはぐみ追いかけてくるね。とんでもない勘違いされたままじゃ困る。
おや、言ってしまったね。指導途中で抜け出すなんていけない子だ。帰ってきたらもっともっと厳しい演技指導をしないといけないかな。
Kaoru's like so I don't know if I should say this, but like Kaoru is just like brimming with sexual tension. But then you like see her actual character and she's just like the most she's like a freaking salmon out of the water. She is just a fish flopping everywhere. It's like, ah, there goes all the sexual tension. Is naughty a good substitute for the word that was there? I think naughty has some sexual like connotations in English, but like it's not incorrect because what she said was ikenaiko, which is like I guess like a literal way to translate that is like a kid who's like doing something that they shouldn't be, right? Like in the most literal sense, which is a naughty child, right? But it is like the connotation that you use naughty when you're talking about a child, not like naughty as in Hi, Misaki. Why are we? Oh, okay, we're okay. You had a show. Okay, I was gonna be like, why are we in the green room? God. Whenever I see that, I think of like Matsu whenever she's like, yo, is that T1 Prelude? I should change my name to T1 Prelude for this and then just send a screenshot to Matsu. I hate T1 Prelude. Oh my god, I hate it. Uh-huh. Bro, it's nice having rich friends. 88 Double Rainbow. That one just feels kind of passive aggressive. T1000 Dio aspect. To this day, I am upset I had to use cans. That T1000 was rough. And then I think about it, and we probably wouldn't have had to use cans if we had just not played with one hand. If we hadn't eaten all of our fucking points. It's also not how you play roulette. I mean, it is kind of how you play roulette, but it's not. It's a little more to it than that. Oh, me too. See, I figured that they would buy the snow globe and it would end up being their souvenir to Michelle, but it doesn't seem like that was the case. I was gonna bring up like, wait, isn't there a snow globe in one of the future events? Is that a callback? But no, it's the snow globe is like the aesthetic of Memories of Afterglow, of Christmas, Memories of Christmas by Afterglow. I still can't believe Deacon Evie bullied you into was it Deacon Evie? Bullied you into pulling. Oh my god. Good times. Awful. Terrible. Don't do gacha, kids. Many of you are out there thinking like, hey, I want to pull for the new Roselia cards. Don't do it. Just never pull gacha. You know, it's kind of random, but like, Hello Happy World is like the cast of voices that like are all the voices that I would consider like very. They're all voices that I have like a guilty pleasure spot for. If that makes sense. Like I would just have a soft spot for a lot of their voices. Like Kurosawa Tomoyo's performance of Misaki is just like so. I love like her monotone. Like her kind of, it's a very not anime like drawl, which makes Misaki sound very interesting. Korowa's performance of Kaoru is just, hakunai. It's so good. And it's like so different from her normal voice. Like Ito Miku, like Miku's voice has really been growing on me because I've been seeing her more and more in different anime lately. She just has like that very like, it's a very clear quality to it. Like it almost sounds like, I don't know if this makes sense, but it almost sounds like glass in a way. Like it has that like high pitch kind of like peel to it. She's in Aquato? I've heard good things about Aquato, but I've heard the visuals are astounding. There are a lot of seasonals I want to watch this season once it's done. Oh, but Toyota Moe. Oh my god. I don't know any of her other roles. I've only ever heard her as Kanon. But like, that is, people have heard my obsession with like Korean Ganyu. They have a very similar voice quality. That kind of like soft spoken. Oh, it's 24 episodes? Oh wow, okay. Is it an original or is it like based on, does it have like source material? Also, I've been zoning out. I've not been reading what, I've not been paying attention to what Misaki's saying. Oh wait, what? This is so cute! Aww. The Kanomisa shippers are eating good. Okay. It's rare that we have like a 24 episode original anime series. That's nice. Like these days it's almost always light novel adaptations or... That's good, that's good. The writing killed off Isakana from Isakoko. Yeah! Oh, we could add Kanon to the reading list from last time. If anybody was here last time, remember I was talking about I want an event where like with all the book readers, like Rinko, Arisa, Rimi, and I was like, I don't know who else reads. We can add Kanon. This just sounds like this is almost the same list of people as like, just give me another student council event. Just give me another student council event. Yeah. Exactly. You know, when I think about it, the fact that Kaoru was able to just kind of like princess carry Kanon around everywhere so easily, either Kaoru is fucking ripped or Kanon weighs like 2 pounds. she's just made of cotton candy and feathers, which I would believe looking at her. Yes, I want to lose Duko, man. Give me Hanajo slash Hanaoka student council. Like give it like a Rinko Hina double 4-star banner. And be some like inter-school meet. I don't care what the story is, I just want those characters all together. There are exactly 5 characters. Rinko, Sayo, Arisa, Hina, Tsugu. Give us an inter-school athletic meet. That'd be so fun. Because we haven't had an athletic meet event in a long time. Not since year 1. With the Hagumi banner. Hey man, we got Kaoru a banner in 2021. Anything can happen. everybody's focusing on this love confession thing. Misaki is never gonna live this down. Dude, I can't believe Kaoru banner is real. It took 4 years? 3 years? Way too freaking long. Oh my gosh, I could feel the tension. Oh, the slight blush. I think another thing I really like about Misaki is how like subdued her reactions are. Like they're very real. Like instead of getting all like, you know, like a Tsundere gets all like, shut up, baka! She just like has a very like, you know, like, hey, like stop, like it's embarrassing, like alright, let's move on. And like when she's upset, she just like doesn't say anything about it. She just kind of like shuts down or gets like very passive aggressive or, you know, like has those like, she has those moments where like she snaps, quote unquote, but like it's not like she gets angry, right? She just kind of like, she just blurts out like, hey, like this isn't working out, right? She's just like, she's a very not anime like character in an anime franchise, which is very refreshing. Wait a minute, we already did this. There was so much, I was talking about Misaki, so I was just thinking like, oh yeah, this is the Misaki episode. It is not the Misaki episode. Hi, Kanon, don't call me that. Look at this consistency between the episodes. Wow, this is only the 4th time I'm hearing about this. Have we had any events where like they're recording a movie? That'd be a fun event too. Have like Saya, another Saya Kaoru event? Ooh, that'd be good. That'd be good. It'd be like Saya Kaoru, Maya Rinko? Rinko for costumes, Maya cause she's also in the theater club. And then you could throw in some wild card like Kokoro or something. That'd be a fun event.
さらわれた時はびっくりしたんですが、まさかカオルさんだとは思いませんでした。よく考えればカオルさんだってわかるヒントはいっぱいあったんですよね。
Yeah, you know, like her voice, or her face, or the fact that she's the one Bang Dream character at the time of this series that's not tiny. Kaoru is really tall compared to some other characters, because like Kaoru is like 168 or something, right? She's like 5'6", maybe? And then you have characters like, you know, Arisa or whatever, who are like 151, 152 or something. You're fine, Kanon. I'm just talking. The same way you're just talking, I'm talking to myself. Yeah. Kanon's very sweet. I think in another timeline, Kaoru was my favorite. Or not Kaoru. Kanon was my favorite character. In another timeline, Kaoru was also my favorite character, but you know, that's beside the point. In some timelines, Saya's still my favorite character. I think as a teenager, Kanon might have been my favorite character. I was really into like the quiet, sweet, caring girl character, like that trope, that archetype. I mean, I still am. I mean, I like Rinko, for instance. But oh, I want bread. Look at those croissants. You see those croissants? Oh. Damn smooth. How are we schmoving? Scene change? High budget episode? Oh, we're not on coffee. It's not on the same level as Kaoru calling people a little kitten, but I've been told by several people before that like with mixed opinions, right? I say bud a lot. Like, what's up, bud? Which I didn't realize how often I do, but people really like called me out on that. Called out is not the right word, but have pointed it out to me. I'm like, huh. It's weird looking at like certain phrases that you say or that you've picked up from other people, or that other people pick up from you. Like I've noticed I have a tendency to say, I don't want to say blank, but like that phrase in particular, when I'm like trying to figure out the right word for something, I say that phrase a lot. I don't want to say I say it a lot, but I do. Get the cake set. Get the cake set. Oh, I want cake. I never really liked a cheesecake growing up, but for some reason I've been really craving cheesecake lately, and I wonder what that is. Because I don't like cheesecake. But like people's tastes change, right? Like maybe I like cheesecake now. I don't know. Or maybe I'll have it and I'll be like, wow, no wonder I hated this stuff. And then I'll just confirm that I don't like cheesecake. But I really want cheesecake. Maybe I'll get cheesecake tomorrow. Maybe I'll just treat myself some. I tried plain cheesecake before? I didn't know that was a thing. That sounds good. Yeah, cause like cheesecake, I think a big part of it is just like there's a lot. Like it's very heavy. So like plain cheesecake sounds like it'd be a little lighter. I also just like plain, like the cakey, spongy cakiness. I don't know what you would call that, but like, you know when you bake a cake and before you put on the frosting and stuff like that, just like you have the bread part, like the cake part of the cake. Oh, I want like chocolate banana bread. Oh. Oh. Pound cake! Oh my gosh, pound cake. I used to bake a lot back in like when I lived with my family. It's like I have two sisters, right? An older sister and a younger sister, so we would just bake a lot. Like cookies, brownies, and like cakes. Oh man. I also went through a bread baking phase for a while during quarantine. Back in like 2020. Those were good times. I'm sorry, Kaoru, I did not pay any attention to your episode. It was just like a lot of like, just a lot of chatter. Yeah, I think there was just like a thing that went through, you know, because like I think the flour shortage kind of like made people like really value flour when it finally got restocked. So everybody's like, all right, time to get into bread. Because obviously like bread was sold out for a real long time. Did it have yeast? How does that, what does that do? Like, I guess it wouldn't be very fluffy or anything, right? Without yeast? Because yeast is what makes it rise. I feel like you would have like a hard... Yeah. Oh! It's unleavened bread! Unleavened bread. If any of you are biblical scholars or people who grew up in like Catholic churches or whatever, you would know that term, unleavened bread. I'm a pastor's kid, in case anyone in chat didn't know, so that's why I know that phrase, unleavened bread. It means bread that hasn't like been raised. So it's like very flat, thick, like a biscuit, yeah, kind of like, kind of hard. The children of Israel were supposed to only eat unleavened bread, for some reason. It is good. I always enjoyed when they like handed out the unleavened bread during like what's it called? Well, they hand them out during like the services, right? Sometimes they'll hand out wine to like the adults. I'm old enough to drink the wine now. Oh my god. Communion? I think it might be communion. I'm not Catholic, so like, but I'm also not like traditional Protestant either. So it's kind of like I mean, I'm not religious personally. I'm talking about like my family's religion, but. Little grape juice packets. I don't think I know what you're talking about, but that sounds good. Can I just ask, Kaoru, why are we hanging out at a park, by the way? What were you doing here? I can see Kaoru just like, you know those little those things the kids sit on and they rock back and forth and they're like shaped like animals or whatever. I could see Kaoru just hanging out on one of those. Sell little cracker things by the bags. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, the rides around the stores, things like that. But there are also like non-electric ones, like they're just on springs, so they just kind of like. They started getting rid of them because they're like super dangerous, but I miss those like the carousels, I guess, the things that spin around. And it's just like a flat circle, right, with like bars so that you can hold on to it. They age restrict parks? Wait a minute. I would. Akishan! Akishan, steal my heart away! If you don't know, Akishan, former voice of Rinko, voiced the big Phantom Thief in the Milky Homes franchise. I've always wanted to draw Rinko as Arsene, like in that costume. But Arsene's outfit is like super not safe for work. It's a little provocative. I was like, I'm gonna get called out on Twitter if I do this, so I'm just not gonna do it. Also, it's like, I don't know if it would make sense to people anymore, because it's not even Akishan who voices Rinko anymore. Two to 12, really? That's so weird. Or teenagers. Where are they gonna slum about during the dark hours? What drug dealers there? The classic American move of let's criminalize things and make sure people don't solicit instead of, you know, let's install institutions that help people in these circumstances. Let's punish instead of reform. But you know, I'm not like political about it or anything. Rolls eyes very, very blatantly. Bruh, I didn't realize Kokoro. Wait, are you serious? Wow. If only everyone could be Kokoro. What? So everybody could forget your name? Hey, what's up, Piss. It is really interesting looking at like these characters and how they've changed over the years. Like a lot of them are very subtle changes. Obviously you have like extreme examples like Sayo, who's basically a different character now. But need someone to read Kokoro's initial 3-star card on stream? We can do that. Yes. Yes, it is. No, say it how it is, Kanon. It's a little weird. Oh man, Kokoro really is just a walking McDonald's advertisement. Their French fry hair, her red and white striped shirt, her frickin' suspenders. Actually, she's blonde. McDonald's collab one. That would actually be sick. Kokoro, Aya, Himari, Tomoe, and Kanon. Those are the McDonald's characters.
困ってるでしょ。心やめな。
I guess Sayo needs to be. Sayo and Hina should be in
だ
there.
からメンバーにするって言ったって楽器はどうするのさ。
Michelle, yeah, Michelle's the mascot. You're right.
ハロハピのメンバーにするんでしょ。うちにはもうギターもベースもドラムもいるよ。
考えてなかったわ。
固定メンバーがいるのにメンバー
Yo,
増や
just
したっていい
the Phantom Thief can be the bouncer.
でもあの
I guess Misaki's the bouncer.
楽しいと思うの。カノンもそう思うわよね。
Not that she can do, she can do both, but
私は
not that Kaoru can do both.
今はメンバーを増やすか増やさないか
Kaoru would be the worst bouncer ever. She'd just be like, when you come to the door, just like present your ID. She'd just be like, "Oh, my fleeting princess,
はパフォー
have you come to visit me?" It's like, no, I just want to get in.
もいいし、私たちが歌って演奏してるとき、怪盗さんには演技したり踊ってもらうの。どう？素敵でしょ？想像したらワクワクしてきちゃったわ。パフォーマーにしましょう。決定ね。よくないんじゃないかな。ほら、そのライブハウスのステージって結構狭いって。
It's alright, Kokoro can just build a bigger venue.
演奏中に踊られたら邪魔でしょ。
I'm surprised they're performing in live houses.
怪盗が
It's like, I feel like whatever I think about Hello Happy World, it's like them performing at like nurseries or,
そもそも怪盗をやってるんだよ。
things like that. Out on the streets,
目立つことしたくないでしょ。
etc., etc.
そうかしら。カノン
Which I feel like is a very understated part of Hello Happy World. The fact that they perform at like hospitals, nurseries, things like that.
それを言われると
Like, I know we've had events that talk about it.
きっとあの怪盗さんなら
Well, do we have events? Because like the band stories about
もう一度店員の話を聞きに行きましょ
excuse me,
う。もしかしたら
about Akari-chan, I think is her
か
name,
もしれないし。
in the hospital.
行くの？そうよ。さあ行きましょう。
まあその怪盗は元からメンバー
Yeah, I don't really keep up with event stories, so I'm not too sure myself.
聞こえ
But
てないか。
あの怪盗
that'd be something that I think would be worth following up on.
あ
It'd be an opportunity for a very heartfelt story.
心は全然気づかないみたいだけど。
やっぱりそうだったんだ。声がカオルさんによく似てたし、私を解放してくれた時に「子猫ちゃん」って言われて、あれって思ったんだよね。心ちゃん、本当に聞きに行くつもりなのかな。
Lance too in to ask more questions.
もしかしたらまさに今怪盗さんが現れてるかもしれないのよ。だから
Are you going to spend the 3 hours getting back to your cruise ship?
どうしよう、ひさきちゃん。
ま
Have you nothing better to do with your
な
day?
いだろうね。
だよね。心ちゃん、待って。
どうやって諦めさせるか。しょうがない。私も行こう。
I had the bold idea of trying to draw like event summaries, quote unquote. Like give myself like 5 to 10 minutes after reading through an event to just like draw a single image that encapsulates the event for me. And I was like, that is so much effort, but it would have been really fun to do on stream together. But I decided it was too much effort. I was like, nah, I'm not doing that.
ところで奇遇ね。いつも以上にニコニコしてる？それはそうよ。ちょっと
Nico Nico ni. あなたの後にニコニコ。
実はこの前ね。
Have a co-host? That would be nice. I also played with the idea of when I do these of going on Twitter and doing a space, which actually isn't a bad idea. Like the more I think about it, I still think that'd be kind of cool.
そんなことなかったもの。しかも
But
カノンもさ
I just thought it would be like I don't know. I felt like it might be like chaotic or something, and like you can't really screen.
怪盗
Well, I don't know if people can people can talk in spaces, right?
それでそのさらわれたカノンをみんなで協力
Maybe we'll do that next time. That might be a fun way to like interact with people in a way that I don't get to normally. Because I've like wanted to do a space,
想像もつかないみたい
but I just like I don't know what I would do a space on. I didn't really figure like who the heck would go,
カジノで
who the heck would join the space of some random translator who doesn't translate often.
けど
I'm pretty sure people don't think of me as a translator,
惜しかったもの
which is good and bad, right? Like it's nice that people generally know me as Sauron.
儚いものを出せば勝
Hakanai?
ちだけど
Hakanai?
私が選んだお面はちょっと違ったみたい
Yeah, right.
怪盗さん
I'm
には
also that.
あの儚さがわからなかった
I have like artists in my Twitter bio and I draw like a piece a year.
その次の
Maybe.
勝負は
Oh my god, I still have a freaking commission for Fair Shiny to do. It's been like on the back of my mind for like the past half a year. I'm just like, I'll do it. I'm gonna do it. I haven't forgotten.
結局勝
I'm sure Fair Shiny has forgotten, but I haven't forgotten.
ちゃんと怪盗さんを追い詰めたのよ
But I just like, I don't want to give it like a half-hearted effort. And it's hard to like,
あの時の
I know what I want to do, but it's just like a lot of,
あなたにも見せた
I just need to find the time to sit down and commit to it.
だけはちょうどその時いなかったのだけどあのシーンを見逃すなんてもったいないわね最後はクイズをしたんだけど私が見事に正解を答えたのそうしたら怪盗さんはカノンを返して消えてしまったのあの船で起こった
Miku's voice is so
チームワークがより一層深まった
such a guilty pleasure.
合図しなくても音が揃って練習中もすごく
Half your cues and still are speaking. Oh my gosh.
そういえばミッション
I don't get it, dude.
だけど絆が深まった気がするわなんでかしらそうか私たちの心が一つになったからきっと
Artists are wild.
心も一緒になったのねだって私たちとミッシェルの心
Now
は
this is something I've been thinking about. I know I'm talking over Kokoro here, but
ミッシェルも一緒に
it's all stuff we've heard before, so I don't feel bad necessarily.
そういえばお土産のお
But I was thinking about how like
と思って美咲に渡しておいたの
it's
ミッシェル
we live in a society where like it's pretty
美咲に聞きに
emphasized, right? That like you want to be good at something. Like you really want to make a name for yourself doing something, like some recognizable part of you, whether that's a characteristic, a trait, a skill, etc., an accomplishment. People just want to be recognized for something.
でもきっと大丈夫
Which also means that like we compare ourselves to other people a lot, right? Like,
でも乗り越え
oh, like I'm not as good an artist as X, Y, or Z, or like, oh, I'm not as talented a musician, or oh, I'm not as good an athlete, or whatever, right?
あなただけじゃない
And
世界
I was kind of thinking about like the fact that like I don't translate very often, but like my name, like on my quote unquote official Twitter, is Hakanai subs, Sauron Hakanai subs. Like that's still like a big thing to me. And I realized that like
いつもライブに来てくれるお客さん
it's I do feel like I put in a lot of effort into a lot of things, and like I don't necessarily feel like I succeed too much, because like I mean it doesn't matter how much effort you put in if you just kind of suck at what you're doing. not to phrase it that way, but like if you're like if you are taking the path that is going down, you know, if the path is leading straight towards a brick wall, like what do you expect, right? Like if I, for instance, I put a lot of effort into translating radio episodes. Nobody watches the whole thing. In fact, I would do better if I translated like 3-minute segments of radio episodes rather than the whole thing. And it would be much less work and a lot more people would enjoy it. But I don't, because fuck what other people want. It's about what I want. But anyway, the point is, right, that like something I've been thinking about is this kind of like notion of like what sets you apart from other people. And like in my case, I realized that like I can't think of a single translator that I know who also does art, who also streams, who also like, you know, if we're talking specifically about Bang Dream, for instance, also like has high tiered who also like you know like you like it's kind of like understanding that there's no such thing as like a singular. You can't split somebody into a single element because it's always about like the multiplicity of those different things. And that's why I think it's valuable to just like expand your skill set and like do a whole bunch of things instead of like micro focusing on one particular thing. It's why I like get really excited when I see like Utayate, for instance, who stream and they just play games or whatever. And like some of them are really freaking good at certain types of games. And I'm like, that's so sick. Contributed to every avenue of Bandori except one last group. What's the last group? I haven't made music for Bandori. I haven't done that, I guess. I haven't made an AMV. Yeah, exactly. I haven't done music. Haven't made an AMV. I would love to make an AMV, but like, man, that would take so long, and also AMVs are dead. I have thought about like making trans lyrics, but like I can't sing, so I'd have to get somebody else to do it. You made a D4 DJ AMV? Now that's sick. Dude, as someone who grew up in the age of AMVs, I will always love a good AMV. But good AMVs are few and far. Wow, why do I have so many people in waiting room? What the heck? What did I poll for? Are these all from polling for Rinko? Have I just not opened the game and just not noticed that? Alright, I'm looking up Kokoro. Initial 3-star Kokoro. Kokoro. Did I sort? Oh, well, duh. That would help. Okay. It's this one, right? Is it this one? I think it's this one. Yeah, it's this one. Wait, is it not this? Oh, I remember this story. I remember this. This is so good. Her insights on Kaoru in particular are like, I really like. Is there anyone you love? Yeah, it's a very long process to make an AMV. I did like a joke video of like Roka's reaction to Mashiro saying that she likes Poppypa more than her. And like it was literally just me like splicing a clip and like superimposing some crops of Garupa, like Motto Garupa Life comics. Even that took like 30 minutes. And it was like 2 seconds. I was like, wow, this is, yeah. I can't imagine doing like people doing the whole masking process. Which, if you don't know, is like, you know, when you kind of like crop out an image of animation, right? So you have to do it like frame by frame of like masking it, outlining the entire crop image that you want. And people, oh my gosh, people who make AMVs just like, there's something else, I swear. I really wanted to make a like less of an AMV and more of an animatic, I guess, of like, you know how people do AMVs but using like the manga panels and stuff like that? Oh my gosh, that stuff's sick. I love those. Look at this super insightful conclusion Kokoro was drawing, by the way. This is like really, this is like psychoanalysis right here. Yeah, like people making animations out of manga panels is like super inventive because they are animating it themselves essentially. It's so impressive. I like that about Kanon. What Kokoro is saying here. Like, Kanon is one of the most courageous characters. Every time it comes down to like crunch time, Kanon's the one who pushes forward out of Hello Happy World. This is why Kokoro is secretly depressed, because she is just putting on a front of happiness. I will live and die by that headcanon. Hot take tweet? Uh-oh. Wait a minute. Is that what she said? Huh. Bruh. Misaki just broke the fourth wall casually there. Hey, what's up, Melon? So there's an interesting point here. In that Kokoro is calling Misaki Kigurumi no Hito, which literally means person of the costume. Which I'm not exactly sure why she's calling her that. Like, I don't know if just like that's how she met. Well, I really don't understand exactly why she's calling her that, but it's very interesting because like if you read it one way, and not like literally read it, but like view it one way, this seems like a very like blatant like way of showing that Kokoro does realize that Misaki is Michelle, which I mean, like, I would argue that that's the case. But yeah, it's very interesting that that's the way she's referring to Misaki. I don't. Oops. Yeah, I don't really know why she calls her that. I would have to go back on the event story and see exactly, not the event story, the band story, and see exactly like how Kokoro and Misaki meet, because it's kind of like I don't really remember. But yeah. Whoa! Wow! That is a hot take. Holy shit! Wow. That's something. No. Kokoro refers to Misaki as Misaki, which is something that built over the course of the years of stories. Especially I Need You. I still haven't read I Need You, by the way. We should do that sometime. Ray, you want to read I Need You with me? But yeah. Interesting. Yeah, I'm actually really curious about that. Kigurumi no Hito. I'll have to go back on the event, on the band story. You haven't either? Oh, okay. Perfect. It's just proof that Kokoro does know what depression is. she's very actively forgetting her own insecurities and anxieties by forcibly being happy.
自分自身のことどう思ってんの？私はいつも同じよ。楽しいことを探してて、笑顔が大好きで、楽しいことしかしなくて。
If this were like a shitty shonen rom-com or something, Kokoro's the character whose mom passed away. And like that's like her lasting like she's just really lonely and she's never really had a way to address that loneliness. Lives alone in like a very big house with only black suits to who don't like challenge her or anything, right? Like they just do whatever she says, which is a very empty way to live life. If you're never challenged, it's very like everything, nothing matters, right? Because like you don't ever actually attain anything.
そうですか。ひねくれ者としては悔しいけど、なんかいい記事になりそうだわ。あら、それならよかったわ。
Damn. Kokoro with the frickin' PhD in psychoanalysis. Psychology major. Alright. Well, I think it's time we move on to Rimi's Gift of Song. These really take so long when you read all the card episodes. Oh, we own all these too. Perfect. Yeah, I don't mind that it takes a long time in and of itself. I just wish that like I had more time, right? Like I would love to just like stream this like 2 or 3 times a week. We just work through all the episodes or all the events. But man, it takes a long while. Of course you have all the Pokemon cards. Let's go! Oh, Rimi's voice is another one of those guilty pleasures.
そのカーディガンすごく可愛い。絶対喜んでくれると思うよ。けどな、お姉ちゃんと私って結構趣味が違うからな。リミリンが選んだ誕生日プレゼントなら、ゆり先輩何でも喜んでくれると思うよ。そうかな。けどやっぱりどうせ
Oh my gosh, the Endori dub. Jubiphonic did a fantastic job as Kasumi. Whoever voiced Choo Choo, actually god tier. Every other voice in that dub is not particularly well cast in my opinion. There are some okay ones, but then there are some really, really bad ones. Like all of Hello Happy World is just kind of like, oh man, this was not good casting. That's why we've immortalized Hello Happy World in my sub notification. I thought we were going to the stage. Transience.
けど、すごいわかるよ。あんなにかっこいいお姉さんがいたら、私だって大好きになっちゃうもん。なんて言ったってゆり先輩は、あのグリッターグリーンのギターボーカルだもんね。私もあんな風にかっこいいお姉さんになれたら、多分弟とか妹にも自慢して。
Saya, you're pretty cool too. Betadori Saya looked like a delinquent. Right? Even in Betador, she never used her 3 drumsticks. I still don't understand what makes her a triple wielder. We'll never know. That's the greatest shame of Betadori getting cancelled. We'll never know what Santoru Saya even was.
そっか、そうだよね。だけど、
It had to be sealed away. 3-stick style was too powerful.
大事なのは気持ちか。確かにそれはそうなんだよね。
Backstage fast? Maybe. Oh my god! I just realized! We're finally at keyboards! Keyboardists!
ナナちゃんって
We're actually at year 5. Oh my god! I have to tier that event.
わかった。ちょっとみんなと相談してみるね。
I didn't expect to make it this far either, honestly. Yeah, like that was always just like a meme of like, oh yeah, when keyboardists come out, I'll come out and retire it.
グリグリがお姉
Oh my god, it's actually coming up pretty soon.
やることになった。
In like half a year.
えあ
Well,
そっか
half a year for
ロビン
JP.
先輩ってグリグリのキーボード担当だったね。それで
もしよかったらポピパもライブのゲストで出ないか。だって
Yo!
ライブのゲスト私たちが
なんかね。
Speaking of half years.
クラスメートとか家族とかを集めたアットホームな感じのパーティーらしい。
I understand the mentality of why they wanted to like pick up EN,
ポピパもどう？
like pick up the pace, but it just seems like a very like
けど
sloppy way of doing it. Like I don't disagree with the mentality of like EN needs to have something and catching up with JP is the easiest way to like maintain excitement. But it's such a slow process
そのパーティーっていつなの？
because if like the average event is like
日だから
9 to 10 days, for instance, right? Like including downtime. And you cut that down to 6-day events with 1 day of like downtime. So like 7-day-ish events. You're cutting off like 2 to 3 days every event. And in an event, if you get like maybe 3 a month,
できるか自信ないよ。
that's like what, 36 a year? So you're cutting about like 100 days. It'll still take 3
そんなに早く決めることないよ。
plus years to catch up to JP,
すごい大事なことじゃん。
which is
リミリンが
a lot.
どうしてもねみたいに
Like that's a very long time. It's not a solution to your problem. What EN needs is like a separate way of attracting a fan base that isn't just reliant on what's coming out in JP.
答えを出すのはそれからだって遅くないよ。
Like it's
そうだね。
I don't disagree with the decision.
相談してみる。
I think it's fine. I think it's a good like plan for the future. But you also still need something in the interim. Like it's not solving the problem of not having anything to attract fans.
昨日ナナちゃんから電話もらって。
Hey, what's up, Sheedy? Yes, we did manage to unmask the killer. It was the sushi,
どうしよう。
as was you know, foreshadowed in the prologue.
待って待って待って。そんなの無理に決まってんじゃん。
But yeah,
それを
I think it's
しようと思って。
it's
リミリン
it's not addressing the root of the issue, and that's what frustrates me. The root of the issue is that EN doesn't do anything special, and that's why it doesn't have a bigger fan base.
どういうこと？
They don't promote themselves. Their social media campaigns are garbage. They don't try and like do anything on YouTube. They don't work hard enough to like get the Seiyu content, which is like one of the biggest parts of Bandori, into English.
すごくない？
And like when we the translating community want to do that, we get fucking bashed, and that's not on Bushiroad per se, but you know,
誰だって最初はみんな素人でしょ。
it is what
ライ
it
ブで
is.
練習をこなして上達していくんだよ。
I have strong opinions about this topic. I
カズミ
apologize.
落ち着いて。まずはみんなの意見を聞いてみよう。答えはどう思う？
私はやってみたい。演奏
Oh
でき
yeah,
る機会
I
が
don't
ある
mind.
からそれを無駄にしたい。
People are complaining about like seasonal is gonna be out of place, but like,
答えなら分かってくれると思
I
ってた
who
よ。
cares? Who actually cares?
みんなこんな
If it's actually that big a deal, they can just rearrange events.
なんで謝るの？謝らなくていいよ。リミリンがこん
But
な
then how am I supposed to prepare for blah blah
俺
blah?
が言いたいくらいだよ。で、リミはどう思うんだ？
Just
私は
get your credit card.
人が
Don't tier.
みたい
Just don't tier.
ライブには出たい
Have you ever thought about how often the story of Popipa events is I want to make a new song? It's the case in Double Rainbow. It's the case in Home Street. It's the case here. It is important. I mean, they are a band. Money, 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 money.
すっごく大変なことだってことは分かってるけど私お姉ちゃんと同じステージに立ってみたいだよねうん分かるいやだからミミなやってみなきゃ分かんないよ分かったそれじゃあこういうのはどうとりあえず1週間みんなで頑張ってみる
Can I just point out that I really like the fact that Arisa calls Rimi Rimi instead of Rimi? Because you can see that she calls Otae Otae, right? But she doesn't call Rimi Rimi. And when you think about that, you're like, huh, I guess she doesn't, that's right. And that's because, at least this is how I interpret it, in season 1, there's that period where Kasumi's hanging out with Otae, right? And that's before Arisa really like gets to know Otae. But Arisa is in the basement with Rimi. Like those two are hanging out together. Which is to say that Rimi and Arisa actually built a relationship during that time. And so Arisa met Rimi herself, right? Like she didn't meet Rimi through Kasumi. But she did meet Otae through Kasumi. So she calls Otae Otae, the way that Kasumi calls her. But she doesn't call Rimi Rimi because she didn't meet Rimi through Kasumi. So. I also like how Rimi calls everybody Chan. It's just very cute. On a very different point. I just find that cute. She holds everybody in very careful regard. Ow! Bumped into my desk. Artifacts are cool. And I love the degrees of formality. I wish English had degrees of formality. Because like the only way to be polite in English, I mean, you can like kind of like choose your words more carefully, right? But it's not very obvious. But like the only real way to be polite is like using terms like sir or ma'am or whatever, which are gendered for one. And like as someone who is trying to be more conscious of that shit, like I don't want to use gendered pronouns. So how do I be polite in a language that is, you know, by default gendered when I'm trying to avoid gendering people? You can't in English. You just literally can't. I hate these purple chairs. They're so gaudy. Are y'all seeing this shit? Yeah, right? Like they'll just suddenly start speaking either archaic or like super just flipping through a dictionary. And I do think formality is like a big component of certain characters. Because then there's also like when you notice that they're not being formal with someone and that's like, oh, they're like close, they're casual. like that's a big part of Arisa's character, for instance, right? Like it's not anymore because she's grown out of that, which is also something we can comment on, right? Like that's another like character development thing we were talking about before. She doesn't really do like the fake code switching thing anymore. Yeah, right, Melon? I still get uncomfortable when like teachers are like, or professors are like, yeah, you can just call me by my first name. I'm like, no. No, I can't. I remember when I first got employed at I worked at the office for sociology, and like my supervisor slash boss kinda they were like, yeah, you can just call me by my first name. I was like, no I can't. No I can't. And they were like really cool about it. Like they understood that I was like uncomfortable about that, and they were like, oh, if you want, you can call me like, you know, like you call me Nuna, because they were like a lady like not that much older than me. And Nuna is like the equivalent of One-san. Well, it's kind of like different in Korean. It literally means older sister, but it's kind of like you use it for like senpai in the same kind of way. But, yeah. What was I saying? Oh yeah, code switching, right, Arisa? Yeah, like she switches from like being more formal to just her very like kind of crass speech. It's not like rude per se, it's just like a little crass sometimes. Yeah, Mr. and Miss. Yeah, right? Right? Oh my gosh. It's culture clash. That's when you just avoid using you can't even avoid using pronouns in English is the hard part, right? Like at least in like Japanese or Korean, you can just completely omit like subject object stuff. But you can't do that in English. Your sentences just don't work anymore. I love Saya and Arisa's dynamic. Saya and Arisa are the only two that like everybody can tease Arisa, but like the only person Arisa teases is Saya, which I find so precious. It's like Arisa and Saya just have this understanding of each other. Like I don't think anybody else in Boipa understands Saya to the degree that Arisa does. Oh, look at all that bread! All that yeast! All that leavened bread! This house of sin and its leavened bread! I didn't ever notice. Hold on, did you see that, chat? The red and the white like title card parts, they're separate. They moved separately. I didn't notice that. Like the red part was rotating, but the white part wasn't. That was so weird. I've never noticed that. I've played this game for like 3 years. I've never noticed that. Oh my god, it's been 3.5 years.
リミリンが苦しんでるみたいっておたえから連絡あって様子を見に来ちゃった。スタジオの人が言ってた。時々中から不気味なうなり声が聞こえるって。スタジオで音漏れするってどんなうなり声だよ。煮詰まってる感じ？曲はほとんどできたんだけど、どうしても歌詞が。こんなことならかすみちゃんにお願いしておけばよかったかも。
I love that Rimi expression. Her eyes are so pretty. Look at them. They're so cute. They're so big.
私がやったら意味ないって。
They're so round.
お前よくそんなこと言えるな。この前は自分が作るって言ってただろ。
All right, chat. Who has your favorite eyes in
この間アリさんに
in
教えてもらい
Garupa
ました。
in Bang Dream?
それでよーし。
Rimi is a strong contender for me. But I also really love like Rinko's sleepy eyes.
ありがとう。よかった。その笑顔なら。
Kasumi's eyes when they sparkle is very good too.
あれ、そういえばみんなの顔なんかちょっと白い気が。リーミリン、元気が出たついでにもっと元気。
Oh my god, Hina's eyes do just freaking glow up.
それはもちろんなりたいけど。
Those things are like LED lights.
それでは元気が出るパンはいらんかね。
I think it's the color. Like they just like it's the same with Kokoro, right? Like her eyes just like really like light up because they're already so
リ
bright.
ミリンに頑張ってもらいたくて、みんなでパンを焼いてきたの。
I like how like Kasumi is kind of like it's not like a I don't know if it's a sparkle so much as it's like a glitter because like her eyes are kind of dark.
これをみんなで焼いてくれたの？売り物みたいに。
I don't think I've ever noticed Eve's light up.
さすがに焼くのはお父さんに
I'll
頼
have
んだ
to
な。
have to pay more attention.
でも中にチョコを入れたのは私たちだよ。リミリンに差し入れするって言ったら
Happened like
お
once?
父さんが
Okay.
任せろって。リミリン、うちの一番のお得意さんだからって。ありがとう。それじゃあ私たち行くね。もう行っちゃうの？
I wonder how the conversation in the recording booth went for figuring out Eve's voice. Cause like that's not Hata Sawako's normal voice,
大
right?
丈夫。リミリンならでき
Like when
る
you
よ。
hear her talk, it's not this!
もしうなるときはちゃんと
Like I really wonder what
はいはい。
what went into that process of choosing that voice.
みんな本当にありがとう。なんて泣いてちゃダメだよね。チョココロネを食べて頑張ろう。
How do you have the money for this recording studio booth?
なんか入ってる？なんだろう。なんか
It does kind of sound like a meme they all agreed on, right?
これって
Like that voice that's just kind of like throwing out. They're like, you know what? Let's go for it.
でこっちはこれをこうしてこっちに並べてがばれ頑張れ。ありがとうみんな。
Aw.
よし頑張るぞ。
Go Rimi, go! Go Rimi, go! Go Rimi!
本当にリミリン頑張ったと思う。私もそう思う。つうかそのリミは今最後の調整してるんだって。
Is this the only song that
あいつの
canonically
曲に対するこだわりは半端ない
our
からね。
Kasumi hasn't written the lyrics for? No.
あ
Returns.
リミ来た。
Are those the only two?
みんな
Oh my gosh, her eyes!
おめでとうリミリン。よく頑張ったね。イエーイ。ではでは新曲の完成を祝して。
Oh!
みんなも一緒に万歳。
Midai Train?
かすみちゃん。
No, Kasumi writes the lyrics for those. Arisa did she figured out the chord like arrangement, but
聞いてもらいたくて。
everything else about that song is standard.
前もってこのレコーダーに入れて。
I know that
まずはそれを聞いてみてくれ。
I saw Forever Senpai tweet out once that
率直な感想を
Step by Step was written by Saya. I don't know if that's true
一番最初の
because I know the scene in in the anime is that Saya suggests they do something. And then the next time we see them is like them performing that song. But I don't necessarily think that was... I don't know if there's like an indication where Saya is shown to have written the song. I wouldn't necessarily doubt it, I just like don't know. But there's a scene in the anime where like Saya says like, oh, I know what we should do. I won't specify any more details beyond that aside from, because like I don't know who's seen season 3, I don't know if people haven't seen it. But yeah, that leads into Step by Step. I don't know if Saya actually wrote it. But I think every other song has canonically been written by Kasumi. Starbeat you could kind of argue is like half Kasumi, half Saya, but it's Kasumi. Good. Kasumi. I love that expression when she does the glance to glance. The live 2D work in Garupa is so good. Like I feel like it's just not commented on enough. Cause like you'll see games like you look at Real Life, for instance, like Star Era. It doesn't look nearly as good as this game. And when you had the Garupa, I think it was Garupa models, or like the Bandori characters in Star Era, right? Like during that what was it called? Whatever, the collab thing. They look so weird. I'm thinking of like other games that have like prominent L2D models. Sifas is pretty good. I feel like Garupa just feels more lively than Sifas though. Sifas has this kind of like weird 3D quality to it, right? I actually don't. They might. I think they are 3D models. It's not live 2D. Because I'm pretty sure it's the same models they use for like the dances and stuff. And they're very good 3D models, but like there's something very nice about like L2D. Like there's just this fluidity to it, right? Like this the animation, quote unquote, style that you only get by animation like this. Because 3D obviously it has too many frames, bro. It has too many frames. Yes. Yes. I wonder, everybody in chat, pay close attention to what this background looks like. I wonder how this changes over the years. Because obviously it's super different in like season 2, right? But like I wonder if this changes like even from event to event. Like I wonder if the next event we have, I forget what the next Bandori, like the next Pokemon event is. I'm trying to think. I have no idea. This is a long time ago. Thought that bookcase was stairs? It is! It's both! Isn't it? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, because I don't think you can see my mouse, but like, oh, I can just tap it, right? Like, that's the exit. Oops, I'm tapping through. No! What did I miss?
それじゃあおたえちゃんはもっと笑顔で
I skipped.
もっと
But yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the exit. So those are the stairs that they take.
それでお願いみんな
I love this outfit of Kasumi's.
こら口に物を入れながら喋るなもう明日かなんか本当にあっという間だったねつうかさお前らホッとすんの早くね演奏の方はまだまだだろなんとかここまでこぎつけたんだからもうちょっとだよそのために今日はアリサの家に泊まる覚悟で来たんでしょ言っとくけど練習が終わったら帰れよなうちに泊まるとかそんなのはふざけんなって感じだからな本当はみんなが泊まりに来て嬉しいくせに
Smug Kasumi!
そんなわけねえだろ
Oh, Kasumi's. Look at her hair clips. They're very orange.
それでバースデーライブに参加するかどうか
That's weird. Why are they so orange?
そうだねうん夜はまだまだこれからだ
Because they're red. They're supposed to be red. Why are they orange?
なんか楽しくなってきたね私ははっきり言って迷惑なだけだけどな私の家に泊まるなんてあ、そうだそういえばリミリンゆり先輩に送るプレゼントは結局何にしたのプレゼントどうしよう曲作りに夢中になっちゃって
I don't think you need to make. I don't think you need to buy a present on top of the song, but you know, it was very.
この曲をプレゼントにする
Yeah, exactly.
あ、私もそれがいいと思うこんなに気持ちのこもったプレゼント他にないもんねそうしたら
Dude,
どんな絵が増しとく
I was a
これ
very,
くらいぎこちだ
very interesting high schooler, and I used to write songs, right? I would say that this is like a universal experience, but I don't think it actually is. But I think it's a common experience of like,
水臭いこと言わないでよ
you know, like people write poems or like write music or draw or whatever. Like they'll do art because they're going through hard times, right? To kind of like work through those emotions. Man, I had some really on the nose songs back in the day.
お前らさ本当に泊まってくのか当たり
I
前
look back on those, I'm like, wow, these are real bad. These are kind of awful. Man, I used to write poetry back in the day. It was like the bad depression poetry kind of shit. Oh man, that shit was terrible. Those are my darkest days.
あれが全く見えないからたまに普通の顔に戻していい問題ないと思うよかったそれなら安心
Hi, all you have to do is smile like this.
おやすみ
I also love this Rimi outfit. Dude, they're not. You see that? It like, it like swivels. I've never noticed that. So weird.
もしもしララちゃん今日のライブなんだけど
What do you think everybody's ringtones in Bandori would be?
参加させてくださいはいみんなで相談して決めました
Saya probably has like Starbeat, the version that Kasumi sent her. Saya has Starbeat as her ringtone.
これでついに
That's my headcanon.
ステージに立てるね頑張ろう私たちの新曲をお姉ちゃんに
Well, ties to something really weird, like just the sound of her rabbits or something. It's just like this weird like gnawing sound. Everybody's like, "What? What is that, Otai?" It's like, "Oh, that's the sound of Ochan eating his dinner."
ゴリゴリの演奏ってすごいねああこの舞台袖
Kasumi would change her ringtone all the time.
できてるぞ
Every week it's something new.
アットホームなライブって言ってたけどお客さんも思った以上に来てるよね
Arisa has her phone on silent all the time.
見て
But Ari's ringtone would be something Poppy related. It just never rings.
この曲の次に私たちがあれこの曲の次の次だっけあれどうだっけ
Rimi's kind of like, I feel like Rimi would have a good, like either some popular pop song that's come out recently, or like a soundtrack to a movie that she liked, something like that.
いよいよ私たちの出番ってことだよね。ゆり先輩今こっち見てウインクしてくれたよ。
That was at me, Saya. Was that me? Look at me.
私たちの曲でみんなに喜んでもらおう。おいもうすぐ曲が終わるみたいだぞ。それじゃあみんな行くよ。
Oh. I've never really thought about it, but everybody has their has the ribbons on their chest. And the top one is their image color, and the bottom one is just a yellow ribbon.
やっばいマジで心臓がやばい。
Which is really interesting, because Kasumi's is red
緊張しちゃった。
instead of orange.
私の笑顔どうだった？
I mean, Kasumi, whether Kasumi's is red or orange is kind of like has changed over the years. Like it used to be red, now it's orange, but
キラキラして
yeah, you see that?
ドキドキしてた。さっきのステージの上本当にキラキラドキドキだった。
I like orange for Kasumi.
おたえのギターにアリサのキーボードにサーヤのドラムにリミリンのベースに反射しててさ。
I think red made more sense for Beidadori Kasumi, but like orange is definitely new
盛り
Kasumi.
上がってくれて
Because she's like the sun, bro.
本当に
Look at all this warmth she radiates.
それ以外に私言葉に
She's such a good girl. I raised that girl.
だよね。
I fed her many stars.
みんなお疲れ。
Oh my god, she's voiced!
ゆり先輩
Sure thing, Ray.
お姉ちゃん今日は私たちも参加させてくれてありがとうございました。参加してくれて逆にありがとう。おかげで盛り上がったよ。
I wonder what the rationale. Well, I get the rationale. It's interesting to me though when I see that people like translate honorific or don't. They leave honorifics in, but then they'll translate like one-chan and stuff, which makes sense because that just means sis. Like I understand the rationale, the logic of it. Because while you can't translate honorifics into English, you can translate the concept of like, hey, big sis.
みんながいてくれたから作れた曲だよ。
But like, to me, it's just like they're both like forms of, they're both honorifics, right? Like they're both ways of referring.
リミリン
So like, I just don't translate them.
支えてくれたの私のことだからリミに代わって姉の私からお礼を言わせて。
Also, what is Yuri wearing?
本当に
What is this outfit?
お姉ちゃんでリミにもお礼言わせて。
She looks like a wedding cake.
ライブを最高に盛り上げてくれてありがとう。リミには最高の誕生日プレゼントもらったよ。
I guess it is her birthday live.
ほらいつまでも泣いてないで笑顔笑顔。あの子を見習いなよ。あの子の笑顔最高だったから。
Ties?
私
That's good.
今日のライブ本当にすごかったね。まだ言ってんのかよ。それ以外言うことねえのかお前は。リミリンお疲れ様。リミリンのおかげでみんなすっごい成長できたと思う。
I like hearing excited Saya.
成長できたかな。
I like hearing Saya with lots of energy.
ちょっと大それたこと言って。
We don't get a lot of that.
大それたことなんだろう聞きたいな。私もっともっと上手くなっていつかお姉ちゃんと肩を並べてライブがしてみたいななんてね。
Oh.
それで行こうよ。よーし、まだまだ頑張ろう。
Damn. I talked over like that entire event story. I'm sorry. I hope people didn't mind. A lot of it was just kind of like going through the motions though, right? Setting up the very like classic Popipa. There wasn't a whole lot to like pick out and comment on. But these card episodes I'm excited for. I'm actually curious about what these are going to be about.
久しぶりの休日だし、どこに行こうかな。あれ、かすみ？ん？あ、おたえ。こんなところで何をやってるの？
Sexy too.
休日だからどこに行こうかなって。おたえは何をしてるの？いろいろ考えながら歩いてた。例えば？この間のバースデーライブのこととか。楽しかったよね、あの日。うん、すっごく楽しかった。それにすっごくキューって詰まった1週間だったよね。うん、大変だったけど、それもそれで楽しかったよ。私たちよりもさ、
Oh my gosh, your eyes.
大変だったよね。作曲だけじゃなくて作詞もして。うっかりかすみが
Yeah, Rimi did just write an entire song on her own, huh? I guess that's like not abnormal in the sense of like, you know, songwriting, but definitely abnormal in Bandori. Though I guess Yukina and Chuchu both do that, right? Who does arrangements in Afterglow? Does Ron does lyrics. Does Ron also do the arrangements? Or is that just like a group thing in general? Because nobody like stands out to me as like, oh yeah, they're the ones who do it. If anything, I just assume it would be Ron. And the pastel palettes, you know, they just get it, they just get it fed to them. Mashiro does lyrics. I don't know who writes the songs for Morphonica. The arrangements. That might also just be a collective thing. Gambarepan. Aw. Who the heck is Uchan? Is it Uchan for Usagi? It's kind of lazy naming sense. Just hijacking her place. They're so orange. Her hair clips are so orange. Why are they orange? It's really throwing me off. I don't think I've ever like acknowledged this card, by the way. This is kind of cute. Oh, we're back. Back in the downtown district. Ah, yes, me, SSR Hakanai Sub-san. I wonder... certain characters, like, you know, refer to people different ways, right? Like, I wonder... I'm sure that Kokoro doesn't use an honorific for us. I didn't really pay attention. But I'm sure she doesn't, because she doesn't use honorifics for anyone. She just calls everybody by their name. I wonder how Kaoru refers to us. I really wonder if Chisato uses Chan, because she uses Chan for like everybody except Kaoru, I think. I think that's true. Well, except for like Marina, right? I wonder if Chisato refers to us as Chan. That'd be really... I would like that, actually. That'd be kind of cute. Wait, she does this in a week? Yeah, Rimi's built different. How does she have time for any of this? You sleep, honey? Oh, that was really short. I guess it was a 2-star. Also, why is Rimi not the freaking 4-star in her own event? Why did Year 1 do this all the time? Why is it Tae? Of all people, why is it Tae? Oh my god, they have so many baguettes. Look at all of them. They're like overflowing. And the whole gang's here. And by the whole gang, I mean like half of them. I really like Saya's ribbon. It's kind of like... It's kind of old lady-y. Because like, I don't know how to describe that pattern, right? But like, you know what I mean? Like, that's not exactly something that a teenage girl would probably wear normally. Like, it works. I would like to see, like, just... I don't know. Like, a bunch of, like, coordinated outfits for Saya with, like, different ribbons. Like a mint green one. Ooh. Or, like, just a very, like, lacy pink one. Things like that, you know? A baby blue one. I really want to, like, see Saya with, like, really cutesy ones. Or like replace her ribbon, or like move it a bit so that she has like the bunny ears, you know? Yeah, it's kind of like an old-fashioned kind, right? This is super cute. Oh, it is 4? Oh, that's so cute. I didn't even notice that. Oh! I saw that my bike picked that up. That was my chest cracking. I just straightened up because my shoulders were feeling stiff and like my body crunched. Aww.
差し入れの話お姉ちゃんにもしたの。そしたらリミはいい友達をたくさん持ったねって言ってくれたんだ。
Ooh.
リミリン、
Dude, having friends like Poppy Pie is
私
goals.
たちだってリミリンが自慢の友達だよ。友達よりもっと大事な仲間。
What Kasumi said literally? Oh wait, interesting. That's interesting. What Kasumi literally said is that like you're a friend that I can be proud of. Like Jiman is like, I don't, proud of, like almost like the connotation there is kind of like you're someone I could brag about, right? So like yeah, like she's saying like Rimi's a friend I can brag about, and then she said that more than like a tomodachi, you're a nakama. So like they're like allies, they're comrades, they're like in this together. That's cute.
もしみんなが大変な時は今度は私が支えるからね。リミリン、それ本当？そうしたいって思う。かすみ、なんか変なこと考えてるでしょ。いやー、あはは、そんなわけないじゃん。本当に宿題手伝ってとか思ってるんじゃないの？聞く。宿題頑張ろう。リミリンは優しいな。
Oh, Kasumi is so
リミ
cute.
リン、あんまりかすみを甘やかしちゃダメだよ。かすみちゃん、差し入れにはチョココロネを持っていくから。
Something I really appreciate about Kasumi is like how many sides there are to her.
それって一緒に宿題やってくれるんじゃないってこと？
It's like she's just this goofball,
リミリンだって
right?
一人で作詞頑張ったんだ
But like when you see her like serious, it's like man.
自分一人の力でや
Or
る
like her like really like thinking hard about being a senpai for Roka and Mashiro.
かすみちゃん、
Oh,
そういうこと
Kasumi.
だよ。
You're so grown up, and yet you're still like such a child, like this.
そんな時も泣いちゃった時も君がいてくれたね。あのネックレスも可愛いしハンカチもいいな。このバレッタもいい。
Baretto?
やっぱり全然決められないよ。
That's a loan word, but I don't know what that word is.
こんにちは。
Baretto?
何かお買い物
Beret?
ですか？
A beret?
ですか？私は今日は
Barrette.
練習が
A
休みなので
barrette.
改めてお姉ちゃんに
Bar-shaped clip or ornament for the hair. Oh, interesting.
はい、そうです。この前、私のお姉ちゃんの誕生日だったんです。
Ah, well, I learned something new today.
あれもこれも気になっちゃって全然
Barrette.
誕生日の当日はグリグリのバースデーライブがあったんです。そこでお祝いしたことはしたんですけど、バースデー
Do people just go to the mall by themselves? Is that a thing?
お姉ちゃんのためにお姉ちゃんのバンド仲間とか友達がめっちゃ集まってライブして
I do everything by myself, so yeah, I guess I would. It's just, I don't know what it is. I hate making plans. It's one thing if someone asks me to do something with them, but like I hate making plans. It's just I don't know if it's like too much effort, quote unquote. It's just like I don't know. It's combination of like my own introversion, it being a lot of effort to like set up, me feeling like awkward if like, but what if they don't want to go with me? It's just so much easier to just go by myself to everything.
歌詞を考えるのはすっごく大変でしたけど、私がお姉ちゃんに伝えたいことはすべて歌詞に込められたと思うんです。いろいろ大変でしたけど、バースデー
This dress is so cute.
どうにか間に合いました。みんな時間がない中で曲を覚えてくれて、いくらありがとうって言っても足りません。バースデーライブでも全力で演奏することができて、みんなが満足できる結果が出せたんです。そしてバースデーライブの演奏が終わった後、お姉ちゃんに最高の誕生日プレゼントって言っても
Aw. That's probably Yuri's 18th birthday then, huh? Because she's a senior. I don't know what you... Can you do anything when you're 18 in Japan? I was gonna say, she's old enough to drink. I don't know if that's true. I don't think that's true. I think you have to be 20 in Japan. Maybe she can gamble? She might be old enough to gamble. That's probably also 20 though. I don't know. Speaking of birthdays, Arisa's and Rinko's are coming up soon. It's October's coming up. Rimi, you can do anything you want to, babe. The freaking pause for like insert name here. I hate it. Why can't you just call me staff son or something? It's so bad. Why couldn't the writers have just been a little more clever and figured out ways to construct sentences that didn't require it? I get it that it's like intentional. But like, man, it's so like jarring to just hear them stop talking for like 2 seconds. Just like, hey, thanks! It's really nice that we got to have this conversation. Aw, the freaking music note? I will always support and wail for you, Rimi. You guys are the hole in my bank account. Arisa does not seem the type to go shopping by herself. But she is definitely the type who would just order online. A key holder with a cake motif. It's very cutesy. You know, something that always like kind of bugs me, not bugs me, but like it's on the back of my mind every time I see Saya doing anything. It's just like, was it like? And I, you know, now that I'm putting this to words, I guess like I could criticize my own stance, right? But like every time I see Saya outside, I'm just like, wait, weren't you supposed to be like super busy? Like, wasn't the whole thing like you have to take care of your household stuff? True. But like, that was really just Saya's excuse, right? Like because she was just scared. She was very scared of like a lot of things. Trusting others, of like her situation, of moving forward. She definitely had more free time than she let herself have. But she was just running away from having that free time because she was scared. I love it when these two talk. These two are like, this might be my favorite pair in Bandori. Just in terms of like their dynamic. Because I don't know if there's anyone else who has like this given, like this push and like, yeah, how do I phrase it? They both tease each other, you know, like they're very much on like equal footing in a lot of ways. They're just on a wavelength in a very interesting way, because like they're very different personality types. It's kind of like how Sayo and Renko are very often on the same wavelength, or like, yeah. But they're very different personality types as well. Yeah, I don't know, I just really like that. Yup, that's me. Yup, I'm shopping. That's me. Oh, come on. I'm very busy, Ari-san, believe me. Super busy. Look at how like nonchalantly she's talking to me. To us. It's one of my favorite phrases in Japanese just because it sounds so funny. It kind of means like, you know, through one way or another. One way or another. Oh, we got called a baka, chat. Clip that, make it your ringtone. You know what to do. Baka! Baka, baka!
これで頼まれたものは全部かな。あ、少しお腹が空いたし、ちょっと寄っていこうかな。お母さんもそれぐらいじゃ怒らないよね。あれ？あそこに座ってる二人って。その時かすみがさ。
I also love these two. This is the dynamic that just never gets shown on freaking screen. This probably would be my favorite pair if they freaking got screen time. It's not rare, Saya. They just don't get screen time together. It's just always behind the scenes. When you think about the context that like we just watched an episode where Rimi went out of her way to go visit Saya at the bakery just to say thank you, the fact that she's saying it again here is just like, wow. Rimi, we get it. It's okay. It wasn't that big a deal. Chocolate cornets are so good. There's something about like that just like eating it's just like chocolate and bread, right? Like that's basically it. You know, I get some cream in there and stuff like that, but it's so good.
もうバンド関係なくね？パン作り同好会？バンドしようぜ。でもまあバンド以外にもみんなで何かするってきっと楽しいと思うよ。そうだよね。
I don't know if that's like, man. Just like the slight nuance of what Arisa said specifically was like bando shioze, like let's do a band, like let's stick to doing a band. That just made me that really cracked me up. Bando shioze.
私たち5人でポピパだもん。リミリンがそう思ってくれて嬉しいよ。ね、アリサ。なんで私に聞くんだよ。まあ私もサーヤには同意するけど、作詞作曲はみんながいたからできたんだもん。私一人で作ったものじゃないって思う。
That Rimi, you did literally everything. Don't even think about it. Don't give them that much credit.
私たちはこれからもお互い支え合っていく。パン以外のところでも。ね。そうだね。
Wait, I don't think she did she say band? I'm pretty sure she said pan. I'm pretty sure she said bread.
私たちはこれからもお互い支え合っていく。パン以外のところでも。
Yeah, that sounds like a P, not a B. I'm pretty freaking sure she said pan igai demo. But that makes no sense because like they're translating the text, not the, I don't know, whatever, dude. It might have just been like a weird thing to try and translate, or I'm just mishearing it. I could believe either.
もしかして買い出しとか？私は今日練習もないし、店の手伝いもない日だったから、のんびり散歩してたところなんだ。
You deserve a day off, Saya.
バレちゃったね。暇ついでにこの間あった話でも聞いてもらっちゃおうかな。時間大丈夫？
Oh, she's so polite. She's so polite. Look at how considerate she is.
グリグリのバースデーライブに参加してきたんだよね。そう。
Like, hey, you have a second? Is it okay? I don't want to take up your time.
さすが。
So considerate.
そのユリ先輩のバースデーライブだったんだ。突然リミリン宛てにお誘いをもらって参加するかどうかみんなで悩んでたんだけど、やろうって決心して頑張ったんだ。決め手になったのはリミリンの情熱かな。リミリンがユリ先輩に曲をプレゼントしたいって提案してくれて、本番まで1週間しかないのに曲を作ってきてくれて、リミリンすごいよね。
She
毎日
is.
スタジオにこもって頑張ってた。
I feel like it's really understated in Garupa and Bandori how freaking talented all these kids are and how hard they freaking work. We were talking about this last stream too, but like Eve, for instance, the fact she's in 3 clubs, modeling, an idol, she's still a student. I'm pretty sure she lives on her own. She's like what, 16? Like, bruh.
だからもしかするとじわじわ後から私たち頑張ったよねって思えるようになるかも。
I wonder how much Pastel Palettes makes.
自覚がなくても
Aya still works part-time. It must not be much.
そうだね。貴重な体験だ
Man.
確か。1週間
Everybody better freaking.
グリグリと
We need to set up a GoFundMe for Pastel Palettes.
リミリンだけじゃない。
Get him a bigger paycheck.
全員の貴重な経験になるはず。この短期間でもしかしたら結構成長できたのかも。これもそのうち実感できるようになるかもしれないね。え？ああ、バースデーライブの曲？聞きたい？結構いい曲だよ。
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Very underrated song.
またどこかで演奏するかもしれないね。実は今回
They never performed it live either, have they?
じゃないんだ。歌詞もリミリンが
Yeah, Your Gift to Me is kind of like a very forgotten Popipa song.
時のリミリンすごく悩んでて、時間もなかったでしょ。だからプレッシャーとかもあったと思うんだ。そんなリミリンを見て、私たちに何かできないかってアリサとカスミと相談して、リミリンの大好物のチョココロネと頑張れパンを作って。
It's kind of long. She's still talking. Not that I mind, but like I'm surprised that this is going as long as it is.
リミリンが一人で向き合っていたから、私たちは見守ってることしかできなかったけど、少しでも支えになれていたら嬉しいなって。やっぱり頑張ってる人って支えたくなるじゃない？
True.
そういうところがドラムに向いてるってよく言われるんだ。そう言われちゃったら、ドラマーとしてもっともっと頑張っていくしかないよね。
I mean, Saya, I feel like you're also the type of person that people want to support. Just look at Kasumi. Otaef, who's for some reason the 4-star.
いい天気。空も青いし、風も気持ちいいし、ぼーっとしてたらこのまま眠っちゃうかも。決めた。このままスタジオに練習しに行こう。
Oh, I thought she was gonna say, okay, I've decided I'm gonna take a nap.
だからせっかくの休日なんだしさ。だからって私の家に来る必要性がどこにもないだろ。いいじゃん、友達でしょ。ってことは家にお邪魔するのも自然なことだと思わない？
I don't think that's how that works.
そう何度も何度もうちに上がらせてたまるか。どうしてアリサの家で出てくるお茶美味しいじゃん。私の家を喫茶店扱いする気か？あ、かすみとアリサだ。あ、おたえだ。やっほー。やっほー。
Does Kasumi have a watch on or something? What is that? I've never noticed that.
散歩。二人は今日も仲良しだね。
It's on her right wrist though, which is not. It is a wristwatch. Look at that. Why is that her right wrist? I mean, Aimi's left-handed. Is Kasumi left-handed? Kasumi's not left-handed. We've seen her right. I just saying it how it is. Tai is speaking for the people.
そういうのってイチャイチャって言うよね。言わねえよ。ねえねえ、おたえも一緒にアリサの家に行こうよ。
Kasumi just has no sense of romance.
確かにおばあちゃんのお茶も美味しいし。おい、何勝手に話を進めてるんだ。私の家だぞ。ねえ、おたえも行こうよ。アリサ、いい？
Let's look at Tai asking for permission. For permission. Hey, welcome back, Ray. How have I never noticed that Kasumi has a wristwatch? This is blowing my mind. I can't stop staring at it now. It's just there. Where's Fairshade so you can ban you? Oh wait, hold on. That was a pun. I don't. I was distracted by Ray's pun in chat, so I wasn't paying attention to the pun in the story. Oh, that's what she said. Okay, so basement, or she's saying warehouse because it's a warehouse. So warehouse is kura. but that also is how you say like kurakute. It's like when it's dark. And she's saying, so like when it's dark, it's nice and peaceful in the warehouse. So she's saying kurakute, you know. It's
えおたえなんでなんで暗い暗変なの暗い暗えあアリさんおたえどう
Kasumi just has no brain.
ああもう知らねえよもう耐えらんねえお前ら落ち着けもう耐えらんねえ耐え もうマジ勘弁してくれよ
That one was just her name is Taya, and then Tairane means like I can't deal with this. So Taya. Wait a second. That was the whole episode. It was just a setup. All we did was Taya commented on Arisa and Kasumi flirting, and then they made really crappy puns. That's all they did.
確か今日はライブハウスでの練習だったはず久しぶりのライブハウスだしみんなも気合入ってるかもあこんにちは
Why'd you have to say it twice in a row?
そういえば何をしてたの
Oh my gosh, stop saying my name.
玄関前の掃き掃除違う買い出しああこれから仕事なんだ大変だね私がここにいるのはこれから練習かってうん練習に行く途中だよこの間のバースデーライブの後からしばらく練習お休みしてたから久しぶりかなあ知らなかったんだ
Oh my gosh.
この前
Why are you insisting on using my name so much, Tai? That is interesting, actually. I
ゆりさんのだよ
haven't really paid attention to like if Taya says characters' names a lot.
スタッフさんだから知って
Cause I'm only noticing it because there's like the long blank. I wonder if she just uses people's names a lot.
結構話
Yeah, she used it again, right?
たまにスタッフさんってことを忘れちゃう悪気はないよ本当だよ分かってるってならいいんだけどああバースデーライブの話の途中だったねまあそのゆりさんのバースデーライブのために1週間で新曲を作ったりして駆け抜けた
That's something I'll have to pay
少し
attention
練
to
習をお休みにしてたんだ
if Taya says people's names
そう
when she's
1週間
talking
で
to them.
曲を作って演
Because
奏
I
する
feel like she
ところまで行ったの
does.
今まで曲を作るときはじっくり
Like I have like a strong impression, especially if like her talking to Arisa, like Arisa.
うんやっぱり言う通り
Oh my gosh,
ない体験だと思う
it's so interesting. I'm learning so much.
みんなでアリサの蔵に集まって泊まりで練習したし蔵に布団を敷いてみんなでお泊まり会みたいなこともしたんだ蔵の中ってすごく落ち着くんだ夜はひんやりしてて静かで一人だったら落ち着きすぎて寝ちゃってたかもしれないけどみんなが一緒だったから眠くなかったよ
That's BS and you know it, Taya. You fell asleep in season 1.
すごく楽しかったしもっともっとみんなと仲良くなれた気がするからだからこそ
I guess that wasn't at the warehouse though, now that I'm thinking about it. That was at her house.
そう思ってくれて嬉しいえ時間がどうしたのあそうだったこんな風に喋ってる時間ないんだった久しぶりの練習だしねみんな首を長くして待ってるかもしれないしじゃあそろそろ行くからまたね
She said there's a Japanese phrase that means like prepare yourself, kind of like you're gonna get what's coming to you. At least that's how I usually hear it used. Usually in like sports anime or stuff like that. When like the character, like if there's the rival and then like the character's just like, you better prepare yourself because we're gonna smoke you next time we play or whatever, you know, right? Like that. Or when we play, rather, not next time we play. It's The phrase is like, wash your neck and wait. Which is like referencing, you know, decapitation, right? Like, yeah, I don't know how else to explain that. So Taya said that here, which is, oops, which is so weird. Everyone is washing their necks and waiting. That's so interesting. Oh no, I just misheard it. Okay. Okay, never mind. She did not say that. She said kubi o nagaku shite. Okay, that was so distressing. I was like, what? Why would she say that? Okay, yeah. To stretch your neck is what that phrase is, and that means to like, kind of like be looking forward to something, be excited. Kind of like when you straighten your neck trying to like look to something, right? Like you're looking forward to it. Wash your necks and wait. Time about to come and freaking swing it. Oh my god. All right, well that's our 2 events for today. Oh man. I'm glad I replayed that line. If I had ended with that misunderstanding, I'd be so confused.